The Chicago Bulls gave Marc Eversly an extension. What did he do to deserve that? What did we as Chicago Bulls fans deserve? What did we do to deserve that? And then the Oklahoma City Thunder are interested in Patrick Williams, a very intriguing topic to touch on today's episode. I know we're going to talk about it and break it down, but you got to hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
All right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Shy Bulls Podcast. If you're tuned in with me today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. Now, before some of y'all get greasy in the comments, yes, I am on the road. I'm about to be moving. So bear with me. The background used to be lit. It ain't so lit anymore, but it's okay. But we on to the Chicago Bulls. Our Chicago Bulls, my goodness, went out and gave another member of this Chicago Bulls team an extension. Now, I understand that there's going to be some points to where you don't really want to give up on personnel, and sometimes you got to make some adjustments, and sometimes you don't want to move too impulsively, and sometimes you got to have some patience. But Marc Eversly and AK and Billy Donovan, what did these guys do to deserve extra contracts? Another contract. Marc Eversly is the latest member to gain an additional contract from the Chicago Bulls. And my biggest question as I sit here looking like a news announcer, I have to sit here and ask this question: what has Marc Eversly done to deserve an extension from the Chicago Bulls? This is a production-based league, right? Where has the production been? I understand that Marc Eversly, he came in with AK. They took over. One of their big first moves was Nikola Vucevic. Okay, fine. Then that offseason, these guys went on and got your Lonzo, your DeMars, your Caruso, and added on players over the years like a Drummond, a DJJ, Javonte Green, Catfish. And for those that don't know who Catfish is, we're talking about Javon Carter. Okay, fine. If we looking at some of the things that you guys did or ignored when the Bulls needed change these last two seasons at the NBA trade deadline, what did Marc Eversly do? He sat on his hands. He sat in that chair. He sat at the UC. He sat at Bulls Fest and told us, we want to win basketball games. But at the trade deadlines, when the Bulls needed help after an injury-filled season, Lonzo Ball goes down, Zach LaVine is battling injuries, you go and get Tristan Thompson out of the buyout market. Then you come back, say that we're going to run continuity, we're going to be competitive, et cetera, et cetera. I don't even know if you can throw another word in there to fill in with the C, but some way, somehow, I'm expecting to hear some type of word that kind of similarly matches up with the last two C words that we heard from this front office. So, knowing all that, seeing that the Bulls struggled, you do nothing at the trade deadline again, and you go pick up Pat Bev. I like Pat Bev as a Chicago boy. He was a dog. But nonetheless, it wasn't good enough. This is a production-based business. For the Chicago Bulls to do this, it has me sitting here like, what did we do to deserve this? Look what he inherited. You inherited Larry Marketing. You inherited Wendell Carter Jr., which is a bum, by the way, so I'm not mad that they got rid of him. I'm good on that. But you had some formidable pieces that were here. Obviously, it wasn't good enough. So you cleaned all that stuff up. You get a thumbs up and a star for the day. But after that, the job is not done. You don't go to work, clock in, and then go sit in the break room without your supervisor, somebody telling you to get your butt on the floor or get to work. No, it just doesn't work like that. So when you clocked in Marc Eversly, what are you doing, my boy? He has failed. AK has failed. Billy Donovan has failed. So for these guys to go out here and receive extensions just lets me know that the ownership is totally fine, as we already know, with being mediocre. If you look at Marc Eversly and all the talk that he was talking in these press conferences, and I'm going to bring up a specific event because I sat right in front of the man, stood in front of the man, talked to the man, and asked him, how you going to make this team better? He told us we're going to compete. He told us we're going to make moves and do anything possible to bring championships to Chicago. No championship move has been done since Marc Eversly and AK and Billy Donovan has all been aligned amongst each other and been driving the Bulls, the Bulls product, hopefully to a better realm or better atmosphere. They have not done that. These guys have failed. That's the fact. Can you go ahead and say, cool, we made it to the playoffs? Okay, fine. But that's not the goal. AK told us, Marc Eversly backed it up. Chicago fans deserve championships. Those were y'all words. Y'all words. We want championships. We always say it. We're the fans. We support this team die hard. When your funky ass go interview for Detroit, we cheering for a reason. Because you have failed in Chicago. That's the thing. And I understand injuries are a part of the game. Sometimes you don't want to move impulsively. Sometimes you want to be a little patient, but you can't run the same fucking team out basically 3 years in a row and say that we're going to compete for a championship. No. The Boston Celtics, I'm going to bring this up. The Boston Celtics 2 years ago were in the finals. They lost. They come back this season. They get rid of Marcus Smart. They bring in Drew Holiday. That's a championship move. Why? Because not only are you getting the same defensive production that you had in Marcus Smart, now you're getting a better offensive player who can facilitate your offense at a better rate than what Marcus Smart could have ever done. Then you say, Time Lord or Robert Williams is a problem. I'm going to get somebody who may be injury prone, but if he's healthy, can absolutely give me more than what Robert Williams can give me. Those are contending or contender-like moves. Those are championship-like moves. When the Chicago Bulls sat there and watched Lonzo Ball go down, there was no adjustment. When Zach LaVine went out there and said that he wants to be traded, you did nothing. I'm not saying that you go out there and you just take any deal, but I guarantee there was some type of deal to where it can make you think. Because right now, these guys are in the inner circles of the NBA. Us fans, we have to speculate, read articles, look at things that players and coaches are saying within press conferences to draw conclusions and then make good, informed, opinionated statements on what we are seeing or believe is being done. These guys have the inside scoop on what's going on around the league, how individuals and executives feel about certain players. So you knew it was coming. You knew that Zach LaVine value was not very high when he requested this trade. Yet you sat on your hands, allowed him to get hurt, and now you're stuck in the mud and you're in quicksand. You found yourself out of the mud and you stepped right into quicksand and you are sinking as the Chicago Bulls organization. Why? Because now the value that you probably could have got when he first requested the trade, you ain't getting it now. You ain't getting it now. DeMar DeRozan. We love DeMar DeRozan. I love DeMar DeRozan. Y'all know that I'm okay with DeMar DeRozan sticking with the team as long as the money makes sense. And it's not a long deal. 2 years max for DeMar DeRozan. But the point is when DeMar DeRozan was at his height after year one with us, getting all NBA, hidden game winners, making an all-star team, his value was at its highest. That could have been the move that you make. Those are the chances that the good GMs take. The great GMs take. And I don't like to compare and cross sports too much, but if you look at some of the GMs that are in the NFL, I'll go to Ryan Poles. He made a mistake going against Chase Claypool. We got him up out of here. Roquan Smith wanted and requested a trade. We got him out of here. These guys are letting you know how they feel about this organization and its team, and the production from these players are not matching up. So how the fuck are we still in the same spot? Now, I understand it. If these guys made it these trades and some of these players didn't pan out, I'm like, okay, it happens. But the point is, they're not doing anything. So in a production-based league, the owner and his son or whoever else is controlling the operations for the Chicago Bulls are just simply letting me know they don't give a damn about the production. I like these guys, so you're going to get a raise. No. It don't work like that. But I'm not the owner of the organization. I'm not the guy that makes the call, but I am going to call them out on bullshit. I'm going to call them out when they say they laid a spade on the previous hand, but they didn't, and now they reneging. The Bulls reneged. We need all them books back. We need all them books back and get y'all sorry ass off the table. It's that simple. These guys have not done anything in the last, we're gonna say in the last 2 years. Nothing. Do we believe that there's change coming? Cool. New coaching staff? Okay. That's a check. But you ain't getting no good grade out of it just for making updates to your coaching staff. We need more. What are you going to do with this draft pick? Because for your draft picks, Marc Eversly and AK, you have drafted pretty much the same player 3 years in a row. Different skill sets, obviously, but the same makeup has been drafted in 3 consecutive seasons. P. Will, Dalen Terry, Julian Phillips. What do they have in common? All long, athletic, maybe raw as a talent when it comes to them, but they are wings. Where's the investment in the front court? It shouldn't take my eyes to let people know these are the guys that's getting paid millions of dollars to do it. So what did Marc Eversly do to deserve an extension? We'll never find out, but I'm going to ask the question. That's just how I feel about that. Y'all let me know your thoughts below on Marc Eversly receiving this extension, because literally I can continue to cook, but I want to move on to P. Will before I go. So it was being reported that the Oklahoma City Thunder are interested in trading for Patrick Williams. Rightfully so. It's a very intriguing topic to me, in my opinion, simply because on one hand, you say, hey, P. Will ain't did much in the Chicago Bulls uniform. You look at OKC, you say they have a bevy of draft picks that you can hopefully garner from OKC, but let's keep it a buck, bro. It's very intriguing. And it's definitely a call that I'm going to pick up from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Why? You called me. I have the leverage now. I didn't call you. You called me. I have the leverage now. So I will very much take the call. But then we got to keep it a buck about the whole damn situation. If P. Will goes to OKC, that will be, and balls, that will be another example of the Chicago Bulls player development staff not doing their damn job. That will be an indictment on Billy Donovan for not doing his damn job. If P. Will goes over there and exceeds and takes off and starts to flourish and becomes a 16-point per game scorer, not even going as far as 20. Let's just say if he goes over there and has 15, 16 points. We're like, damn, P. Will, we could have used your 15, 16 points over here. So it's a touchy situation because you don't want to get into this revisionist history that we Bulls fans have found ourselves in multiple times when discussing players who left the squad and succeeded, or who the Bulls had come through the pipeline and let them go. That's your Larry Marketers. That's your Jimmy Butlers. Jimmy Butler went to the finals and Bulls fans lost their minds. That could have been us. Could have been, but it's not. That's the fact. And then the players that came up and through here and had some success, maybe not total game changer superstars or stars, but solid role players that help uplift a team. That's your Spencer Dinwiddie's. I believe he's a solid role player. That's your Max Strus. That's a three-point specialist who cooks the Bulls every time he sees them. That's just to name a few. But instead, we go out, we get Javon Carter, we get a Torrey Craig. And this is where we're stuck at. So if the Chicago Bulls are really going to take this call, you have to see what's at stake. What's the plan for P. Will if he does stay or if he goes? If he does stay, who's his replacement? Is the replacement going to be good enough? If you're telling me the replacement is Julian Phillips, I would honestly sit here and say, okay, that's cool. What type of player is he going to be, though? It's still to be determined. Is he still going to put up the same amount of points as P. Will or more? What are you going to do in the draft? Will be the following question. Are you going to go ahead and address the front court? Are you going to try to find another game changer? Because with the Bulls and the way that we draft, we need multiple bites at the apple. No diddy. That's why it's a very intriguing topic when it comes to Patrick Williams and this report coming out, because you can go multiple ways with this, because it's definitely going to be some people. Because honestly, when I first seen it, initial reaction is, oh yeah, let's go. Let's get some draft picks out of that. Let's see if we can get a player. Cool, bet, buy P. Will. But then I had to sit about it and think about it like, damn, what if P. Will goes over there, gets injected with some type of energy, vibranium or something, and becomes 15, 16, 17 point scorer a game? Comes in, starting getting some recognition from the others around the league about the things that he can do. That's the legit question. These jobs, and just kind of harping on the Marc Eversly stuff, this stuff is not easy. But you get paid to do it. You've been around this league for a minute. Make the damn decision. Don't just sit there and do nothing. Make the damn decision. That's it. Stand on business, as my young buck said nowadays. That's all we asking. Because P. Will, we've seen some flashes. I'm not going to go overboard and say we've seen a bevy or a large amount of flashes. We've seen some moments. Not enough to my liking. Let's keep it a buck. Not enough to my liking, but we've seen some. We've seen some improvement. P. Will is the Bulls' best three-point shooter. Let's keep it a grand. After Alex Caruso, you can argue he's the second best defender. You can argue after Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso is absolutely the best one. P. Will can be number 2. And if you go with somebody else, I'll be like, I don't know. You ain't picking DeMar. You ain't picking Kobe. Not saying that they are bad defenders, but you ain't picking them over P. Will. So there are some things that this guy has that teams want. He has the size. He has the length. He has offensive ability. He has defensive ability to guard multiple positions and do it very damn well. It's a tough decision. But the point is I'm calling Marc Eversly to the front and center. Make the damn decision. And you better be right. You better be. Because otherwise, we're going to turn this shit back on. I'm going to be in a new location, by the way. I'm excited. Don't try to shit on my parade. But then we're going to cook your ass again for that. We're going to cook you again for that. Because we can talk about the players you pick P. Will over. We can talk about the players you pick Dalen Terry over. We can talk about the people you pick Julian Phillips over. Really? So do the job. Make a decision, but make sure it's a damn good one, because the 3 years extension is ridiculous. But nonetheless, Patrick Williams is very, very intriguing. Y'all let me know. I'm done, because I can go on for another 10. I'm done. As y'all can tell, it's bittersweet that I'm leaving, where I currently reside, but it's on the new beginnings. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're trying to do something in life, don't be afraid to make change. Don't be afraid to go after what you want. That's what I'm going to leave with you, because I ain't going to be here for a couple days. So in the meantime, y'all make sure y'all support Unc. Y'all make sure y'all rock out. And if you went to the Chicago Sky, tune in. C-Dub live calls the Chicago Sky games too on Chicago Sky Central. Lock in, tune in. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay positive. And if they hating, tell them keep hating. Just say it in the words of the great Cat Williams. If you're looking for somebody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hit the like button and subscribe on your way out. And I'm definitely going to catch y'all on the next one for sure in a couple of days. I see y'all, man. Thank y'all.
Cognac.